This question goes out to all the cat parents. Does your cat pee outside of the litter box? Or do they pee where they shouldn't? Well, let's go exploring. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Val Talks Pets, the forum for pet parents and enthusiasts alike. Having been in the pet industry for more than 15 years now, I am going to share with you issues and questions that arise as I work with pet parents on a day-to-day basis. I am not a veterinarian, but I do have certifications in canine, feline, small animal, fish and herptile, and avian health and nutrition from the University of California, Davis Extension. A very frequent question I get is, what to do with a cat that continuously pees outside of the litter box? I've heard pet parents say their cat will climb into the litter box, hang their back end over the edge, and pee. Others say the cat will go in the vicinity of the box, but won't go in it. Others say the cat will pee in a specific place, like on a carpet in a particular area. And there is the ever so popular peeing on clean laundry. This is called litter box avoidance. Why do cats do this? A lot of times I hear the frustration in the pet parent, and they believe the cat is doing this out of spite. Well, I can confirm that the cat is not doing this out of spite. Cats do not have that level of thought. And finding an answer is difficult. I have, however, noticed that there have been some changes in the reasons given as of late. This means that more professional thought has gone into this and more ideas are coming forward. The idea is to eliminate, pardon the pun, the obvious reasons. Obvious causes begin with a medical condition. A trip to the vet is necessary here to rule out a urinary tract infection, bladder stone, cystitis, or kidney disease. This is one of the first questions I ask, but almost every time I hear, yes, all the tests came back negative. Okay, at least we have ruled that out. The next question is, how many cats are in the household? If they say 2 or 3, the follow-up is to ask if there are litter boxes for each cat. And again, I often hear, yes, I have 2 boxes or 3 boxes. Good. Next question. Are the litter boxes in a location that is convenient to the cat? Is the box in a place away from a lot of activity or traffic? Sometimes I hear, yes, it's downstairs, which brings me to another set of questions. How old is your cat? Is your cat getting a bit senior? What I'm trying to get at is, are the stairs a bit difficult for the cat? Is the basement in darkness? An older cat can easily have difficulty seeing in the dark. Sometimes the simple addition of a nightlight will change everything. But not always. It's rarely that simple. The obvious next step here is to put multiple litter boxes throughout the house and particularly on the spot where they like to go. But this doesn't address the cat that goes to the litter box and pees around it. On to the next question, which is the cleanliness of the box. Some cats are so fastidious that once they have gone in the box, they won't go in it again until it has been cleaned. And if I dare to ask if the box is clean, I usually get the answer that, yes, I clean it 3 times a day. Even if they didn't, who's going to say, oh, that must be it, I rarely clean that thing. The next question I ask is if the box has a lid on it. Some people will use a covered cat box because the cat tosses litter out if they don't. Some cats are reluctant to use a covered box. So as an experiment, I suggest taking the lid off and see if the cat is more receptive to going in. All right, so let's recap here. When trying to figure out why a cat pees outside the box or where they shouldn't, we have to rule out any medical issues, box location and cleanliness, litter, and one other factor. Now, let's get into some specifics. I outlined some of the medical issues that could contribute to the cat avoiding the box. More specifically is that the condition, say a UTI, felt painful when the cat went to pee in the box. The cat can then associate the box with pain. The cat may not have that condition anymore, but they still associate the box with pain. First thing to do in this instance is to get a brand new litter box without a lid. Clean the area with a proper pet cleaner and put the box in a quiet, accessible area. This is also a good protocol if the cat is peeing outside the litter because it was startled when using it or scared out of the box by another cat or maybe a child. The cat is then associating the box with this fear. Therefore, changing up the box and the placement could do the trick. This is also a good protocol if the cat is peeing outside the litter because it was startled when using it or scared out of the box by another cat or maybe a child. The cat is then associating the box with this fear, therefore changing up the box and the placement to be the scent or the texture. Choose a non-scented litter and then maybe try one of the alternative litters that is softer on their paws and is dust-free. As for the cleanliness of the box, again, get a new one. Even if the box is scooped every day, an old box can hold odors which deter the cat. If being on top of cleaning the box is an issue, an automatic cleaning litter box could be the answer. Every time the cat goes, the box will self-clean. The placement of the litter box and the size is very important, especially when dealing with a more senior cat. That high-sided box may be helpful to minimize litter spraying, but it could be difficult for a senior cat to get into due to arthritis or lack of agility. And making sure that the cat can use the litter box within a box method. If your cat will go to the box but hang over the edge and pee, this could work. The idea is to get a large box or plastic bin, cut an entrance hole, and put the existing box inside. The cat will go into the larger box and then into their own box, feeling more secure. This method has actually worked successfully with a few people I know. Okay, so say you've done everything. The box is in a quiet but easy to get to place. There is more than one box. It is clean. It is the proper size for the cat to get in and out of. You've put in a different litter that has no fragrance and is more comfortable on their paws. And you have been to the vet and nothing is amiss with the cat's health. Then the cat goes and pees on the floor again. Yeah, this is frustration. And this is one of the top reasons why cats get surrendered to shelters. The problem is, however, the cause is not addressed, and the cat will get returned many times over for the same reason. Unfortunately, what has happened during these multiple rehomings is probably what is making things worse. In this case, the only answer is the cat is stressed and for some reason does not feel safe in the environment. This is going to be the aha moment. Cats mark or pee in their territory to feel safe and secure. This instinctual behavior has the cat spraying pheromones to say, "This is my place," and in doing so, makes them feel safer and less anxious. And I know many are thinking, but the house is the same. Why now? That's a great question. The truth is, we may never know why all of a sudden the cat feels anxious. The thing is, it is happening and we must deal with it. The final issue we must consider is territorial anxiety. Cats are by nature quite territorial. Another pet coming into the home can trigger this anxiety. So can change in routine or loose or feral cats being in the neighborhood. What has come into play here is the cat's endocannabinoid system, or ECS. This is a very complex biological regulatory system. The primary job of the ECS is to maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis is the keeping of the internal functions like mood, appetite, digestion, and immune response balanced, even when environmental stressors occur. There is material that suggests that regulating the ECS can be done with CBD oil, for example. Many places, but in Canada, Health Canada and the Canadian Veterinary Medical Association has not approved CBD products for pets, primarily due to a lack of concrete clinical trials and strict safety regulations. Without definitive proof of both efficacy and the long-term safety of CBD in animals, veterinarians cannot legally prescribe it. I support this wholeheartedly because the stringent protocols that Health Canada expects are there for safety, and any compromise would lower the trust of products that have gone through the processes. What you can do, however, is be cognizant of the cat's environment, diet, exercise, and anything that could be contributing to territorial anxiety. First thing is to recognize that your cat is defending his home. Here are a few suggestions to help. Now, food is important. So placing food in multiple areas or in multiple bowls along with water dishes in quiet areas can increase confidence. The litter box strategy as well is part of this. Boxes in different quiet places, again, can make the cat feel safer. Now, here's one you may not have thought of. Cats like to observe from above. So a tall cat tree where the cat can get up higher to observe could be super helpful. Of course, safety is important here to make sure the tree is stable and will not topple over. If the cat is observing outside cats, blocking that view is also quite essential. The last help suggestion is calming. This is another one of those suggestions that is met with different responses. Some people say they have done the plug-in pheromone thing and nothing changed. Some people say it really helped. So try it. If it works using, say, Feliway, you've found the answer. If it doesn't, on to the next. And the next is to give the cat catnip extract. Catnip extract helps relieve feline anxiety primarily through napetalactone, a natural compound that interacts with the cat's brain receptors. When ingested, it acts as a mild sedative, mimicking feel-good pheromones that relax muscles, elevate mood, and soothe the central nervous system. Some people put a bit of catnip extract in the cat's wet food, and some have found the cat simply licks the drops from a dropper as they really like it. There are different companies that provide catnip extract, Petcom company for one, but it is always a good idea to research the product and read reviews. Well, that's about all the advice I can impart when it comes to this very frustrating behavior that some cats do. The newest research, however, is to look at the idea of territorial anxiety and the idea of calming the brain's response. Do infusers work? Sometimes. But the addition of catnip extract could really be the answer. I say it is worth a try if you've done everything I've already outlined. It looks like many people are having success with the direction of calming the cat's anxiety, regardless of whether you think they are exhibiting anxiety or not. This is one of the most frustrating things a cat can do. Some pet parents are at their wits' end because they love their cat so much, but the peeing is out of hand. I say, try not to give up. Your cat is not doing this to be a jerk or to be mean or show resentment. They are suffering. They need help. They need you. So go through the list point by point, ruling out each thing or finding an answer. And then if you get to the end and try the calming through either pheromones or catnip extract, I really hope the answer has been found. Behaviorists are always trying to find an answer to this behavior. So keep researching because, as I say, knowing is caring.
Thank you for listening to Val Talks Pets. Please remember to follow and subscribe to ensure that you never miss an episode. To really help the show and make it easier for others to find, please rate and review each episode that you find interesting and helpful. And don't forget that you can also email me at val@valtalkspet.com with any topics that you would like me to address or with any questions you may have. Also, check out my website at valtalkspet.com for more information and cute pet pictures. Thanks for caring.